Hello friends, I'm Marland and this is MV Pittman Cross Sim Racing. Today we are going to say goodbye to another wheel. This is an episode of the male sack. So let's just get this out of the way. It is the Cube Controls GT-X2. It's been a great wheel, and sometimes you just have a lot of clutter in your space and you need to take some time to assess what things are needed, what things need to go, and what things you need to get. None of that is a want. I need all of these things. So what I will do is show you some of the clutter that I've got around that I'm going to get rid of on camera while I'm thinking about it. So this is a Logitech trackball mount that I printed back when my 3D printer skills were not great, but it worked really well if I wanted to have a mouse on the side of my rig. There's a 20 millimeter spaced things here, but you can tell my Pet G was really wet, and there's no reason in keeping this, but so I'm gonna throw away. There we go. Here's another thing that I needed to not keep. It is a wall mounted / profile mounted wheel hook or accessory hook. I'm just gonna toss that. This cable, I'm actually gonna keep it because my Toyota GR10, or the TGRH as Picorni calls it, wheel has a 20 millimeter cable inside that goes C to C, and hopefully this is not just power like the one that I tried before, which really made me upset. I need this to be data to connect the screen to the wheel, so I'll put this in the keep bucket. This is a Xbox controller profile mounted hook with a USB charging port in the back. I printed this in some gray filament that I got with the first 3D printer I got, which was used. I definitely want to keep this bolt because, bolts are worth every penny that they actually cost. And since I can't remove this on camera, I'll put this in the keep bin. Maybe I'll use it to mount an extra controller in a place that I can stand looking at its grayness. This is a mount for a Stream Deck. It's a 15 key unit. It's great, except I don't even have a 15 key Stream Deck anymore. And I should have gotten rid of this when I had that. I didn't. And take a bold move and toss it. Difficult. Xbox controller wireless adapter, it's for when you're playing iRacing arcade. Keep. I don't even know what this is. Well, it's a bag for a wireless charger that I don't have anymore. Toss it. A USB-C to USB-A cable. This can be very useful if you have USB pass-through wheel and either your wheel is USB-C or your quick release is USB-C. I got it at the thrift store, and I'm definitely going to keep it. I'll probably have to use it here pretty soon for something that you'll see later. Told you this will be worth the 4 minutes that you've spent watching this, I promise. Another USB-C to USB-A cable. Keep. Gotta keep those cables, man. A strap. Keep. HD60X for recording video from one game system or computer to another computer. Gotta keep that. And of course, since this is the mailbag, we will need this knife. So let's go ahead and talk about the thing. These other things like the light and the chargers. We're already tired talking about those, so those are gonna get kept too. Let's talk about so much clutter. Let's go ahead and talk about this. I know that you can't see it. I'll have to lift it for you to talk. This is the Cube Controls GT-X2. 5 minutes into this video, this is what you came to see. Hopefully I make a title that reflects that. If I don't, you'll just have to be sad because the YouTube algorithm may not even get you to this video. I've had this wheel for a while. It is great. I don't want to discount that at all. But like a lot of things, even though they're great, you have to decide whether or not they are for you at the time which you are dealing with things, your life, the space that you're in, the situation that you're in. This wheel has served me extremely well, just like this wheel stand has served me extremely well. If you guys are not familiar with the DCS21 printable stand, you could probably buy one on eBay. I should probably put it in my shop. It holds wheels, so you can display them on your shelf or in your video. I just made an adapter for QRX. So this wheel has flick switches at the top, has 5 buttons on each side, has flick switches on the back, has shifters and clutches, uses a wired connection with a magnetic connection. It has a quick release mechanism that is already pre-wired for QRX. If you buy a QRX adapter, the cable that comes with it is fine. If you use some other system, all you have to do is create or buy a JST connection. And I believe I heard today in a comment on one of my videos that you can get a USB-C to QRX connector. So for all you guys out there who want to be just like me and get a QRX connector, all you have to do is go to Cube Controls and ask them for one, apparently. And you won't be using USB-C cables from the thrift store to construct them like me. But you wanted to be like me, so maybe just do that. Yeah, the wheel's awesome. It's got a power button, so if you leave it plugged up, it won't be on blinding you when you're not using your wheel while you're sitting in your sim rig. I guess if you want to be like me, you do that too. So yeah, 5-inch screen, telemetry lights on the side and lights across the top. I like this wheel. 3 encoder buttons and 2 on the side. And I think that's really where it started letting me down. These telemetry lights on the side and RPM strip at the top are covered in plastic. It's kind of this is supposed to be a top-end wheel, and it is in most of the ways. It's just, I'm not saying that plastic can't be on a wheel, but you know, in the year of our Lord, Ray McGeechee 2026, your flagship wheel should not have plastic around one of the more important and looked at features. I don't think it would have been difficult for them to come up with some sort of non-plastic thing to go around here. Weight savings might be a thing, but yeah, they could have done better. This wheel was too expensive for what it was. That was really kind of the real problem. Of course, if you're like me, you talk to your friends and your friends are sim racers and they say, oh, I bought this wheel and I liked it, but I want to get another wheel. There you go. You get the wheel and you don't pay their exorbitant first buyer tax. Yeah, so the things that really let me down, not the funky switches, they are fine. They are not plastic. The knobs aren't plastic. I think sometimes I can't really tell the difference between a plastic knob, but again, plastic's one of those things where it's like, dude, it's unnecessary. Like, I know aluminum knobs are like much more expensive than a piece of injection molded anything, but you gotta step it up when you're at this level of the game. I wish there were more thumb encoders, and you know, 2's sufficient. don't knock a wheel for only having 2. One of my most favorite wheels, you can see it right there behind me, the GT-X2, has 0, and has 3 funky switches. So obviously you pick the thing that's more important to you. And if inputs are important to you, like, you know, thumb encoders, then the GT-X2 makes up for it by having 3 funky switches. That's like 7 instead of 4. So yeah, I'm good. The buttons were excellent. I wish they had extra stickers because, you know, I like having stickers on the buttons, but I don't really use stickers. Usually what I try to do is set a color in SimHub or whatever I'm using to control the lighting, and that works well enough for me. It harkens back to the days when Hue controls just had colored buttons like on the F Core. So yeah, this wheel is going away to my friend who is going to give me another wheel. In addition to this wheel, the other two wheels that I mentioned in a previous episode of Male Sack were, because there were two of them, the Precision Sim Engineering wheels. So the GT3 and the PSE GPX. So this wheel, those two wheels netted me I would say a good deal, considering I got all three of these wheels from him. It's like a lending library. And I'm getting a wheel that I haven't had before and another wheel that I haven't had before. So that's 3 wheels going away, 2 wheels coming in. So it's a lot like, when you get a new presidential administration, they're like, hey, there's too many laws. If you get rid of one law, that's great. If you bring in one law, then you need to get rid of 2. That's kind of what I'm doing here, or at least I'm telling myself that's what's happening. It's a cashless exchange. We're just gonna pay shipping to each other. So the PSE wheels have already gone. This one's gonna go away. I've told you what I like, what I don't like about the wheel. And I think this will help me reduce clutter on that wall behind me. You can't really race with all the wheels at once. And if you're a multi-disciplined driver, then you're not going to get good enough at the one wheel. So you might as well just enjoy them all, right? And one of the best ways to enjoy them all is to explore the used market. This wheel has been a really good, it's been a good pal. And I'm sorry to see it go, but I'm excited for what's next. We'll just call it that. The mailbag will continue, I promise. This episode is a little sad. I'm a little sad to see it go, but I'm really glad to reduce that clutter. It was problematic. You saw at the beginning of the video, I was trying to get it together, man. Couldn't quite get it together. Comparisons, though. This wheel is great. I'd say it's a lot better than this wheel. So let's go ahead and set this to the side. Some side. Somewhere. Too much clutter, man. Let's set that in a safe space. On the floor. Gently on the floor. All right. This wheel, not getting rid of it just yet. But I might one day when we evict Fanatec. This is the Fanatec button box. They call it a universal hub. So there's a hub here. There's an advanced paddle module on it. I got a rim that is forged carbon fiber. The button box / wheel hub comes with 12 buttons on 4 stalks, each with 3 buttons, and also a funky switch down here. So up, down, left, right, twist, and push. So really, there's plenty of inputs on this. Is this better than the GT-X2? No, not in any way whatsoever. I guess the real question is, why do you keep it? It is also causing clutter. It also should probably go on your wall. Well, that's why I put this awesome quick release on it. This is the QR2 Lite. So it works for wheels that you really don't use. I think what I'm going to end up doing is, if I do end up getting rid of the Fanatec wheelbase, I will set that down gently on the floor. I will probably just sell, whatever it takes to move that Fanatec DD2. If it comes to that, I'll probably try and move some items with it. So the benefit, it's like, why should you get a DD2? You're chaining yourself to Fanatec. Well, if you get a whole bunch of stuff, like a couple of button boxes and a couple of wheel rims and a couple of adapters and shifter sets, then maybe it'd be worth it to someone who's getting started into that upper tier of sim racing. The DD2 is a perfectly competent wheelbase. But onto the mailbag. So I mentioned that I was going to get one wheel for two, but now I realize that's not exactly what's happening. I'm getting two wheels instead of the three that I had, which is still a reduction. I'm going to count that as a win. So what I've got here is an opening. And I'll just go ahead and tell you guys what I think it is. And hopefully that's what it is. This is the Bavarian Sim Tec Delta Pro. This actually was not part of that exchange. It's just a really nice wheel. We're gonna make this short. The big thing with the Bavarian Sim Tec Delta is that you've got two thumbs, and most of the buttons and funky switches and encoders are reachable with just those two thumbs. The grips are super ergonomic. The looks are controversial, but this is it. I have been holding on to this for a long time, thinking to myself, if I just stop, that I'll be able to stop. It's an addiction, guys. If you are suffering from this addiction, get help. Go to go to the Etsy store and buy some more stuff. You guys are addicts, and I love you. Yeah, this is a great wheel. Clutches, double shifters, buttons that you can reach with your thumb, funky switches, encoder knobs, all numbered and actually labeled, which may or may not be an issue for some of you. Yeah, I think this is a 4.3-inch screen with telemetry lights, and I don't like those little slots. I like the round ones. So they're supposed to have some updates to change this from what looks like a twill to whatever you want. Maybe I could design a cover for it myself so I can make it some color. A friend of mine has a purple QR. I might grab that and put it on here. It's a Bavarian Sim Tec special thing, but it's got the USB-C connector in the back, so that's probably what I will use unless this JST connector does something special for me. I don't think it's going to. Yeah, I don't run wired wheels anymore, man. That's caveman behavior. So yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm put it away. Put it back in the vault like a Disney movie back in the VHS days before streaming ruined the lives of all of us who are old enough to remember when you had to go get a movie from the rental store. Yeah, so yeah, two big openings I think is enough for one video, and a reduction in clutter, hopefully. I think that this is going to be good. I am at peace with the loss of one wheel, the addition of another, and another wheel coming that I think you guys will like it. If you want to see what that next wheel is, subscribe to the channel. If you have some comments on how to resolve that wheel addiction, or if you are struggling yourself and just need to talk about it, honestly, seriously, if you have like a real addiction, not that wheel addiction is not real, but get help if you're dealing with something, man, that is 100% real. But if you're thinking, boy, I found the perfect wheel, one, you're a liar. Two, let us know so we can go buy it. Until next time, I'm Marlon. This has been MV Pittman Cross Sim Racing. I'll see you in the next one.